The problem, like you say, is if you've got 80 or 100 different languages that are spoken, different dialects that are spoken,
Hmm.
it's going to be really, really hard to have somebody. Certainly, it would be a challenge to have a department that had that in-house
You ever
capability.
utilize the Mayo Clinic's interpreter people?
We actually
We've
use
got quite a few over there.
what's called a language line that
Hmm.
we can you just with the officers using their cell phones. If we have a language barrier, can actually give the phone to somebody, and by just having them talk to the operator of this service, they
Uh-huh.
can identify the language and put us almost immediately in contact with an interpreter that we can communicate then effectively out in the field, and that interpreter would be available for the officers
Hmm.
and for whoever we're trying to communicate with. So it works pretty quickly. You can actually establish the language. Sometimes that's a challenge. We're not quite sure. But by listening to it, they can figure that out and get us the right people
Hmm.
to provide that service.
Is this something that's used by law enforcement all over the country? Is this a national thing, or is this a local number you call, or
No,
who's
this is a national service,
okay?
and I think
Used primarily for law enforcement?
primarily,
Wow.
although there's a lot of other fields, for instance, medical
Oh,
personnel
certainly.
responding in the field that need that service, that immediate service. Um, I'm not. There's certainly more than one provider of that service, but it's really helped us. Our community is, I think, a little unique in that regard because we have so many different languages spoken,
Yeah.
and it's really a challenge even to identify
Hmm.
exactly what language do we need an interpreter for. It's one thing to call, like you say, the Mayo Clinic or call the IMAA, for instance, and say, we need an interpreter. The first thing they're going to ask you is, what language do you need? And if we don't
I
know,
don't know.
yeah,
Speaking a foreign language.
right. So this has really been a
Sure.
help. And it's been around for quite a while,
Hmm.
and it's not a terribly expensive service, but very valuable.